Have you ever wondered what does it take to be a successful entrepreneur? Is this something that you're born with? Is it something that you can learn? Or is it something that you can actually buy like a pill, you can pop it, and then voila, you become successful? So if that thought ever crossed your mind, then this video is for you. Hi, this is Joe Lau. For the past decades, I was fortunate enough to start multiple businesses and also fold multiple businesses as well. So I have been on the both sides of the table. And through my past years of experience as an entrepreneur, I was privileged to learn from some of the best entrepreneurs out there. And as a coach, I have the opportunity to also work with some of the most successful entrepreneurs as well. And through my years experience, I noticed there are 5 things that they all possess, right? These 5 attitudes is what I'm going to share with you in this video. And the number 5 is actually what every kid had, and somehow some adult lost it along the way. And make sure to stay to the end of this video, it's because I'm going to share resources with you and show you how to work less and make more. So here are the 5 most important attitudes to be a successful entrepreneur. Let's jump right in. Number 5, the attitude toward problems. Successful entrepreneurs love solving problems. When they see problem, they actually get excited, right? Most people see problem is like, oh, it's just draining, right? They can't wait to go get away from that. They don't want to deal with it. But for successful entrepreneur, when they see problem, they have this urge, they want to solve it. And it's just so exciting for them. If you're an entrepreneur, you know what I'm talking about. Every time when you see a problem, you just want to solve it. Your mind just keeps generating ideas and solutions, whether those are valid or not, right? And you have the urge to want to solve that problem. If you find yourself have that, you might have what it takes to be an entrepreneur. So here's a pro tip. Entrepreneurs not only love to solve their problem, a lot of time they actually start by solving their own problem. So if you look at a lot of successful companies out there, the reason they become so successful is because the founder or the co-creator once had to deal with the problem and they just get fed up of it and they decide to come with a solution. So a lot of successful entrepreneurs start out by solving their own problem and they just share the solution with the world. So here's number 4, the attitude toward learning. Entrepreneur loves to learn, right? Now, they don't want to learn about everything under the sun, but they're very interested on the problem that they want to solve. And therefore, they love to learn everything there is to learn on how to solve the problem. Whether to solve the problem faster, cheaper, easier, get better result, whatever that is that they envision the outcome is, they love to learn about it. So that's what all entrepreneurs possess, is the love of learning on the problem that they want to solve. So here's number 3, attitude toward change. Most people look at change as kind of uncertainty, a little bit negative feeling about it. They're not sure what's about to happen. It could be fear, scare of changes, but not entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs love changes. They look at changes as opportunity. They look at changes as the way to make things better. They look at changes as the way to prove themselves that they can adopt, right? Being a great entrepreneur is all about adapting to changes, right? You can maybe start out as one project idea, and then while you launch to the public or after you launch to the public, you may get feedback on, oh, this is not what the world wants, or maybe this is not the best solution to be. Then you adopt the changes. Entrepreneurs love that pivoting moment, right? To them, pivot is just another part of the deal. It's not really like hurt the ego or anything. So that's number 3. The attitude toward change is always positive, and entrepreneurs look at change as opportunity. Number 2, attitude toward losing. Entrepreneurs really don't think losing is a thing. They don't have a win or lose mindset like everybody else. Entrepreneur has a win or learn mindset. What I mean by that is this. As an entrepreneur, they understand that not every project they touch on, not every opportunity they jump on will become successful. But instead, they understand that as a human being, as an individual, as a person, as an entrepreneur, they have this win or learn attitude, meaning that every project that they get their hands on is true. That project may win or lose in terms of as a business. But as an entrepreneur, they will learn from the business failure. So therefore, as an entrepreneur, they don't ever lose. They win or they learn. The attitude to a loss is actually non-existent. They look at loss as actually feedback, right? I call it learn. So a successful entrepreneur have a mindset of win or learn instead of win or loss. So drum roll, please. This one is one of the most important one among these 5 attitudes. Number 1 is perseverance. Steve Jobs had once said during an interview, I'm convinced that about half of what separates successful entrepreneurs from the non-successful ones is pure perseverance. Now, I don't know about you. If Steve Jobs say perseverance is one of the most important things, I'm gonna listen. And based on the dictionary, perseverance literally means persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. So let's think about it. When we were babies, we didn't know how to walk. Somehow we just keep falling and keep getting back up, keep falling, keep getting back up, and learn along the way. And voila, before you know it, we all know how to walk. And that's what I'm talking about, perseverance. When we were born as a baby, we know how perseverance works. And that's how we have, it's natural born with it. But somewhere along the line when we're growing up as a kid, as a young adult, somewhere along the line we lost it. And for some people, never able to get it back. So perseverance is one of the most important attitudes for a successful entrepreneur. So after I failed my very first business, I was ready to start a second business, but I didn't know what to do. So at that time, my wife, which is my girlfriend then, told me about this infomercial that she watched literally late at night, right? And this infomercial is to teach people how to sell on the internet. We talked about this way back in early 2000. So I thought, well, what do I have to lose, right? It's 60 bucks. So I bought the program and go ahead and finish it really fast. So after I finished the program, I found out that in order for you to sell online, you need to have a website, which I have no idea how to build one. And then luckily, the program kindly remind me that if you want to have a website, you can actually pay them $6,000 and they'll build a website for you. And back in the day, I don't even have $6,000 credit on my credit card, so that wasn't an option. So I go ahead and quickly return the product and get my $60 back. But I didn't lose hope on selling online. It's because my thought was, if someone would have put up so much money for infomercial to kind of borderline scam people, then the real deal must be huge. So I started really digging in through the internet, and back then, all the online courses really wasn't really organized as today. So luckily, I was able to find some really good resources online to learn how to sell things online and start my online business. And the rest was history. And that's my first little success as a business owner and an entrepreneur, right? So looking back, I didn't even know what I did was perseverance. And it turns out it was. Lucky me. So that's here we are today. So perseverance is one of the most important attitudes to be a successful entrepreneur. So there you have it. Those are the 5 most important attitudes for being a successful entrepreneur. So the good news is being an entrepreneur is all about attitude. And attitude is something you can change and adopt. If you like this video, I'd like to invite you to join my free webinar. In this webinar, I'm going to share with you 3 secrets on how to work less and make more. So click the link below and join the webinar, and I'll see you inside. Hi, this is Joe Lau. I've been fortunate. Hi, this is Joe Lau. I've been fortunate. For the past decade, I was fortunate enough to sow